name's Leilani and I'm here because I want to rally for freedom. So freedom of personal choice and then personal freedom to be able to, stop these restrictions, stop mandatory masks, stop coercing and manipulating people who don't want the vaccine to have the vaccine, and to stop lockdowns from ever happening again, really, because a lot of people say that this is going to be the end, but I think now the government have got used to locking us down when they want. It could be the way forward in the future. I think it's really important because we need to show the government how many people are just sick and tired of their hypocritical rules. So, you've got them partying at the G7 when no one can dance at their weddings. Then you had people at Ascot. You've got the VIPs allowed in for the football matches without having to quarantine, where us peasants and plebs, have to quarantine. And then, you can't go and watch your kid at sports day, but you can have 60,000 people at Wembley. And then finally, this whole nonsense with Matt Hancock when he's telling people that they can't hug their family, but he's off, doing whatever with somebody else's family. So, I think it's just important to just say we've had enough. And we're just not going to comply with this nonsense anymore. I think if we don't stand up now, we're never going to comply our way out of tyranny. And you read any history book, when people set down tyrannical laws, you don't just get them back by complying. We have to stand up and we have to fight. Otherwise, the next thing that they're going to say is, too many people are using fake vaccine cards, we need a digital ID. Then it's going to be to the digital IDs, which could be forged. Then it's a microchip. And then, there could be lockdowns in the winter, more and more small businesses being closed. And we just can't afford to have that happen as an economy, as a nation. And just as people, we can't have more kids left out of school. We can't have more small businesses closing in favour of Amazon and big supermarkets. So we've just got to all unite and just say this stops. We can't have these draconian measures anymore. I was here at the start. I spoke a year ago at one of these rallies. And a lot of people thought we were conspiracy theorists. They thought we'd never lock down again in the winter. But they really thought the 2 weeks that turned into 3 months of lockdown was going to be it. And I think as it's progressed and as the lockdowns happened over the winter, and as they keep making these false promises, you'll be released when the vulnerable are vaccinated. Then you'll be released. If we lock down a bit more, we released at Easter, then it's June 21st, and then it got extended more. And the more and more and more this happens, and with Ascot, G7, and, Hancock and the football, people are just like, we've had enough. And there's so many more people, it's gained momentum. Less people are afraid of speaking out. You see it with the celebrities now. They were a little bit cautious about losing work. Now everyone, Denise Welch is speaking out, Nadia Swahili, Bev Turner, Emma Kenny, the Fred, Sean Ward, everyone is no one's afraid to speak out anymore, and we really got to stop letting the government just continue being hypocrites. I think there was a lot of propaganda coming out from China at the start to do with people just dropping flies on the floor. Then it was China that said that they had the lockdown. So for some reason, we decided we were going to copy China as though they're our role model in the world to follow. We should not be following what China did. And if you look at Texas, Florida, and all the states that have opened up in America, you'll see that they're having massive sports events, NASCAR, boxing, football, and there hasn't been a crazy increase in cases. They don't have mask mandates anymore. And so for me, I think we really shouldn't be listening to China, and they've had too much money influencing policy through the Imperial College of London.